All right, good day, everyone. This is Fumi, lead consultant, Maxim Concept Consulting Practice. And like I used to say, what are we into as far as the firm is concerned? We're into training and advisory as it relates to law, as it relates to auditing and accounting, as it relates to risk management, as it relates to governance. And so I will continue from the last time where I stopped from. Okay, so what are we discussing? We are discussing governance issue across board. I've done the introduction, and during the last time out, I did, the reason why it matters, the reason why sound corporate governance, why it matters, the importance. And so today we'll be looking at the elements, the principle and the elements of good governance. And so the first one we have is shareholders right and equity. Okay, so shareholders, like we all know, they are the owner of the organization, and so they want, a level of a comfort from the organization as far as their investment is concerned, and they're supposed to be treated with fairness and equity as far as, their investment, as far as the size of their investment is concerned. Maslow theory talks about, the stakeholders need, and it talks about the fact that for shareholders, the financial need is not much. What they need from an organization is a steady financial increase is in their investment. That is, as far as their investment is concerned, either in form of, increase in form of cash, or increase in that investment in form of capital gain. That is all what they want from the organization, that I'm getting a maximum return from my investments. So that is what, as far as shareholders right and equity is concerned, they want a maximum return from their investment. And this is one of the elements, the principle of of sound corporate governance. Another one is accountability and responsibility. That is, those charged with the corporate governance, the board of directors, you know, they are to the management had to report to the board, and the board had to report to shareholders, and both of them will work hand in hand to ensure that, the interest of the shareholders is protected in the organization. That is, as far as an organization is concerned, both needs to work hand in hand to protect the investment of shareholders. And another one is the board themselves. The board themselves, they see to the strategic objective of the organization, and they ensure that the organization acts they are to ensure that the organization acts ethically and responsibly is their responsibility. And another one is transparency and disclosure. That is, the information, at every point in time, there should be engagement, engagement going on, communication between them and the shareholders, and relevant disclosure from time to time. Relevant disclosure, they had to, do this from time to time. And another one is, corporate social responsibility, as far as the organization is concerned, where it operates from, where it finds itself, is supposed to act, comply with the law, the regulation, and to pour back into that environment where it is operating from. Another one is risk reduction. That is, the risk of the corporation should be reduced to a BRS minimum, should be reduced to identify and reduce to a BRS minimum. And another one that is close to transparency and disclosure is stakeholder and shareholder engagement. From time to time, they engage, the stakeholders. Time to time, they engage shareholders. Maslow's theory also talks about the need of stakeholders. The need of stakeholder obviously is different from that of shareholders, who all they want is, a maximum return from their investment, a maximum return from the investment. And so that is that, as far as, the element and the principle of good corporate governance is concerned. I have to go now. Do have a wonderful day. Bye, everyone. Kindly like, share, and subscribe. Bye.